Hello and welcome again to Real to Real. It was 10 years ago last Tuesday, April 1st, that we welcomed a New Yorker and a Yankee fan into our midst, our very own Bishop Timothy McDonnell. It's been an exciting and at times tumultuous decade for the shepherd of Western Massachusetts. Now, as he awaits word from Rome regarding his retirement, Bishop McDonnell took time to sit down with Real to Real's Peggy Weber and reflect on his decade here in the diocese.
Bishop Timothy McDonnell was installed as the 8th Bishop of Springfield on April Fool's Day, 2004. It was a stormy day, both literally and figuratively. We asked Bishop McDonnell what he remembered from that momentous occasion.
Well, the first thing I remember is that it rained, and it continued to rain. Second thing I remember is that in this very room, Cardinal Egan was sitting when we had a blowback on the boiler downstairs, and smoke started coming through the house. We weren't sure whether it was white smoke or black smoke, but it was, so the fire department arrived. It was an exciting beginning before the ceremony even took place. It's funny how days like that you capture more when you look at a video afterwards. Going through it, there's so many things happening simultaneously. The ceremony itself, the people, new surroundings, new place, and a challenge, not knowing what the future holds, putting it all in God's hands.
Bishop McDonnell came to Springfield from the Archdiocese of New York amid the scandal of the sudden resignation and departure of then Bishop Thomas Dupre, who had been accused of sexual misconduct. Bishop McDonnell recalled how he felt.
I don't think I'm still over the shock. It just was, it was wrong. It was wrong that those things happened, and I haven't been able to make them right. That's one of my regrets, that I haven't been able to make them as right as they should be, but I don't know if anybody could.
And Bishop McDonnell acknowledged that the sexual abuse scandal is a sad chapter in the Church's history.
There's nothing I can ever say that's adequate. First of all, I'm sorry. I said that from the very beginning, and people who were trusted betrayed that trust, and people were hurt, and people are hurting to this day, and that hurt continues. And I don't know if there's any way ever I can do enough to help people overcome that. I've tried to reach out, I've tried to meet, I've tried to talk, I've tried to be with people who are hurting, but the hurt remains, and the results are long-lasting. It's a reality, and we've put into place now, as best we can, safeguards to try to prevent this from ever happening in any way in any church again.
He noted that perhaps one of his biggest challenges was pastoral planning.
I discovered that since the 70s, the diocese had been declining in numbers. Right now, we're about only 2/3 of the number of Catholics that we were at the end of the 70s. So over that period of time, the numbers have gone down. So we had to face the fact that we were church rich and people poor in many ways. And that meant the reconfiguration of a number of parishes. That was a very difficult thing and very hard thing for people, and it still is.
Bishop McDonnell faced many challenges beyond being a Yankees fan in Red Sox territory. He said he has faced many other hurdles.
The challenge really was getting to know people, getting to know what the diocese was like, getting to know the situations here, getting to know the good things and the bad, and then facing them and seeing how I could do my best with God's help to bring the diocese forward and help it really be what it's meant to be, the people of God, worshiping the Lord in fitting settings.
The past 10 years have not all been filled with problems and hardships. He has met 2 popes, Pope John Paul II and Pope Benedict, and now serves under Pope Francis. Yes, there have been many moments of great joy.
There's some fantastic people here, some dedicated people, wonderful people. I mean, the people I work with
here in the administration, the people I work with I've come to know in different parishes, different organizations. Not too long ago, we had a gathering of the Hispanic community, for example, which has been growing. And I'd say almost 600 people came out for that evening. One of the great things is lots and lots of children. And that's one of the things we're seeing, that the number of children being baptized is growing slowly. For so long, every year, and this goes back to 1985, every year since then, there's been 1,000 more funerals than baptisms in the diocese. That says an awful lot, but now we're seeing the baptism starting to increase a little bit again. And that's a positive sign. That's a great sign of growth. We've seen the maturing of the Vietnamese community in the diocese. We've seen a combination of all the different cultures coming together in some of the new parishes.
Another joy for Bishop McDonnell has been the wonderful friendship he has developed with Bishop Emeritus Joseph F. McGuire.
He's a mentor. He is one of the kindest and sharpest men I've ever met. The more I learn about him, the more I take delight in knowing him. He is just a kind, gentle man who has great insight and is a great storyteller. And among the things, it's just fun to sit there with him and chat and go through some of the things of the day.
And Bishop McDonnell remains positive and optimistic about the diocese.
One of the things is that the hurts can be healed, that we can realize that we're all part of one church, that one Lord, one faith, one baptism, that we are followers of Jesus Christ. I think one of the things Pope Francis is doing, and it's been so wonderful, is that it's bringing people back to the idea of what it means to really follow Jesus. It means that we look out for each other. It means that we're not condemnatory, but caring. It means that we are a people of God and that we realize we are brothers and sisters all. And that if we can really understand that and work on that, we'll build a better society. We'll make things better for everyone. Caring, I think, is the key. People really care in this area. They can't always express it, but it's true. And I think if we can help that to grow, the diocese has a great future.
Bishop McDonnell leads a simple life. He cooks for himself, and he spends time in prayer and quiet. When asked about his upcoming retirement, he said,
I'll still be around. I'll be living in the diocese, but it'll be more ministry and less administration. I can get away from the desk.
And just where he lives is to be determined.
There's options in every part of the diocese, but one of the things I'd like to discuss, I've discussed that with the new bishop coming in as to whether he feels I should be closer, or is it, and that's what we've done in the past, have a bishop at each end of the diocese.
And when asked what advice he would give the new bishop, he said simply,
just enjoy the fact that you're among good people, good place, and the people are God's people.
As he looks forward to a new part of his priesthood, Bishop McDonnell can look back on the stormy day he took the helm of the ship of the Diocese of Springfield and thank God for steering it safely and well for the past decade. For Real to Real, I'm Peggy Weber.
Thanks, Peggy. A lot certainly has happened in the past 10 years, and as Peggy indicated, the bishop made many difficult decisions, but always with the best long-term interest of our faith community foremost in his mind.